Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that have been around for a minute, you would have seen that we recently did Medal of Honor 2010. Fantastic game to jump back into. Even today it stands up really well, and I hope that one day that we are treated to a remaster. Whether it will happen or not, I'm not convinced. But this is something that to me absolutely blew my mind and captured my imagination as a child. I think back then EA did two things really well, and that was building the ambience, and I think this has got so much of it in terms of you can just feel the atmosphere in something that nowadays looks so basic. And the other thing that I think they did really well is obviously the soundtracks. I mean, so many of them were done through orchestras and stuff like that, which the production of that nowadays just seems crazy, especially when you've got one-man developers making great games. As I said, this is an absolute classic for me. It's a great one to jump back into. For those of you that never came across this, this is where the Medal of Honor franchise began. It must be easily, 25 years old now, something ridiculous like that. But sit back, enjoy. It's not a graphical masterpiece. For the time, it was great. Obviously, it hasn't aged necessarily well. The guy on the right has an alien head. But if you can overlook those things and just listen to the sound effects and the soundtrack and all those things that go into building the ambience, I'm sure that you will enjoy it. But as I said, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Electronic Arts.
Human civilization has always known conflict. But it wasn't until the 20th century that the scope magnified to such a bloody scale as to engulf the entire world. In the aftermath of the war to end all wars, Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party fanned the flames of a broken and dispirited nation, rebuilding the country from the ashes of the Versailles Treaty into a fascist juggernaut that seemed unstoppable. They pushed all the way to the Atlantic in their blitzkrieg, with England their next target. But Winston Churchill and his small island nation won the Battle of Britain, holding out through Hitler's terror bombing for an entire year. They stoked the fires of freedom long enough to stay alive and to save the world. After Pearl Harbor, the United States, with all its military and industrial muscle, entered the war. First Africa, then Italy, and then finally Fortress Europe itself. You, soldier, are a part of this great crusade. Are you ready to rise above and beyond the call of duty?
Good morning, Lieutenant. I'm Colonel Hargrove from the Office of Strategic Services. I'll get right to the point. The OSS was formed 2 years ago by presidential order to serve as the intelligence branch of the United States military. Our mission is anything and everything. Espionage, sabotage, subversion, search and rescue, you name it, we do it. Now, from time to time, we recruit people from outside of the regular ranks, especially if they've got a particular skill we need. Like you, Lieutenant Patterson. What you did last Monday got our attention. I know you consider yourself just another anonymous pilot in the Transport Corps, but taking out a half a dozen of the Wehrmacht and then sneaking back into friendly territory is quite an impressive feat of soldiering by anyone's measure. I had your records from basic and OCS pulled. Your instructors gave you high marks for weapons and munitions training. You were the top marksman in your class, excellent leadership skills, noted for being especially smart and resourceful. I also had your university transcript pulled. You were just one semester away from getting your aerospace engineering degree before you enlisted. You had earned straight A's from start to finish. In short, Lieutenant, You're just the kind of man we're looking for. But it's completely up to you whether you want to join us or not. Unfortunately, there's not much time to make a decision, so if the answer is yes, you'll be on a plane within the hour heading back to France. If it's no, you'll be ordered to forget we ever had this conversation. So, Lieutenant Patterson, what will it be?
Falsche Kugel! Deckung gehen!